Okay, here we have a small Tesla coil kit. Never really soldered anything quite like this before, so it was a bit of an experiment. I already tested it out a bit, and it seems to work, except after a few tests, the fan on the heatsink seemed to give out, and for some reason I got a little tiny shock on one of my fingers from this piece of metal right there for no apparent reason. So I'm not sure if it's my poor soldering skills or cheap parts. I don't know. It still functions. I've got it up on a little bit of elevated pads now, and a fan over there. So let's see if it should still work. But it's probably going to heat up pretty fast, so I'll have to see about that. Okay, take two. We're going to put the phone with the camera on it a little bit farther away, because it definitely caused the film to stop a second ago. Seems to be working. Let's see. There it goes. Hopefully it won't crash the phone. You might be able to see it. See, it's going. Coming off the tweezers here. I don't know if you can see that. Makes an arc about 3 or 4 millimeters long. A little bit of sound. I can't play sound on it and record from the phone at the same time, so maybe I'll bust out the GoPro and try that. But yeah, it seems to work. There's a little bit of damage on the secondary coil from the shipping, but all in all, it seems okay. Let's see. Heatsink is warm, but not bad. I'm using the power supply from a pre-made Tesla coil I have downstairs. Happens to have the same power stats, though the secondary is taller but a little bit thinner. For this, I wrapped 2 layers of electrical tape around the secondary to insulate it from the primary. And that's my first Tesla coil built from more or less scratch. I mean, they made the secondary coil and printed out the parts, but I had to solder everything on it, which was a different experience for me. So yeah, up in my game. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Okay. After some testing, I couldn't get the sound thing to work. I don't know if it's the damage to the secondary, if it's just low quality, or if it's my bad soldering. Can't really tell. But, nevertheless, it still seems to function. I still don't know what happened to the fan, but I've left it on for a minute or so, and it hasn't seemed to get very hot. And yet still functions, so not a complete success, I guess, but not bad for my first attempt. Maybe I'll get another one of these tiny palm of your hand ones before I move on to the big one, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But see you all later.